Hola amigos, we're back with another suit comparison video. This time I got a special treat, the black Spider-Man suit from Spider-Man 3. We got version 1 from Spidey Planet and version 2. What are the upgrades? Let's get into it. So here we have Spidey Planet V1 as in his original upload from a few years back, next to the latest iteration, which we're just going to call the V2 for now. There's probably going to be a V3, so there might be some updates, and I will go over those in this video. Right now, I just want to show you side by side and take you through the main differences. So in this original suit, what I understand is that it was actually a dye sublimation spandex. It was done just the same as you do the red and blue classic suit, but it was more in grayish, like duotones, to get just pretty much like a very, very faint muscle definition on that base dye sublimated undersuit. And then on top, they did do a screen printing job, but as you can see, it's not a super high density screen print. It's probably, you know, just like a layer or two. And it's really nice. It does give off light, but it doesn't have, like, you can't feel the rubbery texture on it as much as you can on this one, which is high density screen printing. So that means we gave it a few more passes, enough so that it's actually tactile and it feels rubbery. As you can see, it also shines a lot more. I'm shooting this next to a window here, and this is just with natural light. So all the light you see bounce back from this suit is just from those additional layers of ink. Another big difference on this one is the shell is kind of pretty much the same as the standard red and blue classic suit, and that's even before the original bug scan. So it's not totally accurate in shape. The eyes, the frames, they did make them larger, but they're not, it's not the exact shape as the one that was scanned from the original shell afterwards. So you can see, like, this is a little bit wider, this is a little bit more pointier, if you will. So are the eyes, the frames. They're both larger than the red and blue, but this is just a slightly different shape, if you guys can appreciate that. Another change, not a huge change, but the webbing is also a little bit of a different color. As you can see here, you can appreciate it a little bit more on the emblem. This is a little bit more silvery, and this is a little bit more charcoal, a little bit darker. These were both made from a Spidey Planet pattern, but we slightly modified to be able to do the screen printing a little bit better or more accurate than what was done before. So we went ahead and did a few more modifications as well. This is something that was requested by the buyer. It's just to have wrist zippers, but as you know, the original suit, the original Raimi suit, does not have wrist zippers. But it's just something, you know, sometimes we get that kind of request, and we can do that. One of the things that we are looking to change is this seam down the middle here of the pants. The reason this is here is that the legs are the biggest area to do in screen printing. See, they got away with not having that seam on this one because they probably had a larger bed to do the screen printing on. Larger equipment. It's basically the size, like, you know, if you think of like a sign, pretty much like the size of this bed, to have to, like, you probably need a couple of people just getting all the ink down, because the size of the legs before sewing them, they can be as wide as what you see here, almost like the size of this bed, side to side. So this is something that we want to alter and possibly remove on the next attempts. It's not too visible, and you know, on screen printed suits you're gonna see something like this. Like, even I noticed when I saw the Disneyland Spider-Man, it also does have this seam down here, but it's also, you know, like a spot where you could potentially put a hidden zipper as well for people that, you know, prefer to have extra zippers. So it's not, you know, entirely something that would bug. Like, it might actually have people prefer something like that with a zipper. But you know, if we're gonna try to make it as accurate as we can, then we're gonna try to remove that. Another big change here was the shoes. The shoes that were used before were not custom made shoes, so it's a nice enough shoe, but as you can see, it's like a little bit more rounded as opposed to what we use now, which is the custom shoe. Get these out of the way so you can see the shape. The custom shoes, which do have the angled toe, as you can see there. So that was another big difference. And then the accurate soles with the pyramid pattern on it. So those are the main differences. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of a highlight reel from the fitting that we had with Luke, and you'll be able to see the suit in action. Oh, before I do that, let's just take a quick look at the back emblem. These are pretty much the same on both. The mold did not change for the back emblem. So they're both pretty much identical. Zipper system is the same. All right, let's take a look at this thing in action.
Hey. Hey, you know how it is.